Take a look through your nearest window. What do you see? If you're living in or visiting the UK, the answer is rain. The answer is always rain. Thankfully, the rain will eventually stop in real life, but not so in some games. Nope, in some games it rains forever. Here are a list of 7 games we'd recommend you pack an umbrella for. And some sturdy boots. And maybe a small rowing boat. Rain. Yeah, the clue's in the name here. This curious PSN-only puzzler puts you in the wet shoes of a young boy who, caught in a heavy downpour, notices an invisible girl splashing through some puddles. He follows the girl and discovers a whole world of invisible stuff that he can only see while it's raining. It's a pretty charming little game and somewhat under-publicised by Sony. Check it out because no matter how hard you look in real life, you'll never see invisible girls scampering through rain-soaked streets. Not that I've tried looking, you understand. Heavy rain. Another one from Captain Obvious here. As the name suggests, it rains quite a lot in Heavy Rain. Not all the time, mind you. The prologue is all nice and sunny, right up until Jason gets run down by a car, shattering the perfect life of Mar's family. See, it's raining inside Ethan's mind, on the count of him being all gloomy and the loss of his family, and that's reflected in the weather. It's a metaphor, yeah? Also, all the data we have suggests that a lot of people like looking at Madison leaning on the window. Not sure why, but here she is. Deadly Premonition. No, okay, it doesn't rain all the time in Deadly Premonition, but it does so for the majority of the game, and again, the rain actually plays a key role in the plot. See, FBI agent York is in Greenvale to investigate the Raincoat Killer, a nutbar who does most of his murdering when it's tipping down with rain, which it does a hell of a lot in Greenvale. People don't go out into the streets when it's raining because they fear becoming the next victim, and it's definitely not an excuse to avoid programming too many NPCs. Nope, definitely not. It could also be that there's a severe shortage of umbrellas in Greenvale. Probably. I don't really know. Gone Home. So you're a young American woman. You've been travelling around Europe for the past few months, and you arrive home to discover that everyone's left, or there's a massive storm happening, and you're forced to make your own way home from the airport in a taxi. You'd be fairly annoyed, right? Well, that's the exact scenario in Gone Home, the curious indie-made drawer-opening sim. Sure, you rarely notice the driving rain as you explore your new family home for strategically hidden pieces of paper, but it's always there as a reoccurring theme. The weather is broadcast on the radio and TV, and you constantly see flashes of lightning in the windows. It all adds to the atmosphere in what is a very, very atmospheric game about opening drawers. Wet Tricks. Bit of an open goal, this one. Wet Tricks is all about managing water within a small square of land, so you'd expect it to rain most of the time. While many other games on this list see rain as something of a distraction or inconvenience, Wet Tricks builds its puzzles around how you actually deal with the wet stuff. Do you keep it at bay with a dam, evaporate it with fireballs, or just drain it off to another tier? All have both positive and negative effects. A word of warning though, letting your flood defences get too elaborate will eventually lead to an earthquake. And hopefully, this isn't something that will be reflected in real life. Silent Hill Downpour. Silent Hill is a series known for its fog, so the decision to move into the bold new world of precipitation is a real gamble for the developer. The results are mixed in this painfully middling survival horror, mainly because it feels like every element of horror is just aping past glories like Silent Hill 2 or 3 without really understanding what made them scary. Still, the rain, and snow, adds some extra oppressive grimness, so the experiment to change Silent Hill's weather isn't a complete failure. And frankly, the weather we're getting in the UK right now makes some towns feel very much like Silent Hill in its downpour guise. I won't mention any by name, but if you live in Wigan, you'll know what I mean. Indigo Prophecy, aka Fahrenheit. David Cage, head of Quantic Dream and creator of both Indigo Prophecy / Fahrenheit and Heavy Rain, seems obsessed with the weather. Maybe he lives in a particularly wet corner of France. Shut up, it was either this or Microsoft Flight Simulator, and snow is frozen rain, so this totally counts. Again, it's a real tone setter for the generally downbeat story, and also a device that feeds into the psychological health system. Stare out of the window at the rubbish weather for too long, and your character starts to lose the will to live. Get dangerously depressed, and it's game over. Yeah, thanks snow, you arsehole. So there you have them, 7 games where it rains most of the time. Do you have any more suggestions? Did you really only come here in the hope of seeing a clip from that Rihanna video? Whatever the reason, let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more news, reviews, previews and features right here on GamesRadar+.